Had lots of excitement around here this morning. I think this was finger painting, and they got big balloons that the kids have disassembled and are taking with them. The Roman wall was erected in the 1st century BC. This is a second wall, which was built on top of the first one. What we're looking at here is a section of the old Roman walls that encircled the ancient city. This is inside the old city walls. I assume these buildings are not quite that old, though. This church is Santa Maria del Mar. It used to look out over the sea, but that was before they built all of these other buildings. This palace houses the government of Catalonia. It has pure Gothic, flamboyant Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque elements behind the neoclassical facade. The building was constructed between the 15th and mid-17th centuries and is one of the few buildings of medieval origin in Europe that still functions as the seat of government. The city hall, built in the 14th century, is just across a small square from the palace of the Catalonian government. Flanking its main entrance are two statues. The first one is King James I of Aragon. The second was a city council member in the 15th century. There's another musician. Well, the other one's a dancer. This one's a musician. This is the outside of the cathedral. Archway looks like the archway at the Notre Dame in Paris. Even got gargoyles. This is Barcelona when it was a Roman city. There's the whole city. There's the Forum. There's the public baths and the temple and some other buildings. Here's the Roman city, and here's what's left of it underground. There was a house here in the medieval period. It was a palace, actually, but underneath is the Roman foundations. This is inside face of the Roman wall of Barcelona. That's what its name was in the Roman period. And this was a stairway leading to the Sentry Walk, situated at a height of 8 meters. The walls were filled with concrete. And they used whatever they could find, including this from a funeral. Okay, between these two pillars was the road, and these are the foundations of houses. And here's a piece of a Roman floor. There's a big mural on the wall. Part of it's original, part of it's been filled in. Well, this was the laundry. And then they bleached the fabric. This is made with pieces of marble. The clients of the laundry would have waited here for their clothes to be returned. water would have come in here. They used ash, lime, and urine for disinfectant and a bleach. They also used starches and lavender to perfume them. It was a big pool of cool water and some steps leading down to it. These pits were for dyeing fabric. They used iron, plants, and herbs for the colors. The wall to the forum. The sewer, which was formed in the 4th century, collected the sewage. There was a factory here of 360 square meters. It was organized around a central courtyard where large containers for salt fish and a small one for garum were kept. Garum, I know, is a fish sauce made with fermented fish. So they washed and chopped the fish and stored it, and salt was extremely important. These are the big vats for salting fish to keep it. They didn't have refrigeration, of course. This is a room for chopping and washing the fish. Containers for storing the fermented fish sauce. In the 6th century, there was a church and a cemetery in this area. Now, these pillars were reused. And they were used as a church in the 6th century. So here's the church right next to the city wall. This is a wine producing center. 600 square meters. Of course, you get the grape juice probably in there. They stomped the juice in there, and then the juice flowed down here. Now, these were the fermentation tanks. This was a nice space where the bishop stayed. Nice pillars, nice floor, probably 6th century. There's a nice mosaic. This was the Roman house on this site, and later on up above they built the church and expanded it, and now that's the cathedral. Hey, you got an old tombstone and you're building a wall? Why not just use it? Here's the floor of the Roman house that they built the church on top of. The mosaic is well preserved. This is a passageway in what was the Episcopal Palace. And there's what it looks like outside today. We've moved on to the Middle Ages. Here's guys on horses. This is Plaza del Rey. Church built on top of the Roman ruins. We are at the rooftop bar at our hotel, the H10 Casa Mimosa, and looking out from the bar on the 7th floor. This is Casa Msica by Antoni Gaudi, and people are up there viewing the upper deck, the top of this apartment building that he designed.